Have you ever wondered how doctors measured hearing before modern machines existed? No digital screens, no headphones, no audiogram charts, just guesswork. And for millions of people with hearing loss, that guesswork meant wrong diagnoses, no treatment, and lifelong disability. But one invention changed everything. This is the story of the world's first audiometer. Today, hearing tests take minutes. You sit in a sound booth, wear headphones, and press a button when you hear a beep. But rewind 150 years. And hearing assessment was closer to a guessing game than science. Doctors used whisper tests, ticking watches, or shouting across a room. There was no standardized way to measure hearing. And that became a serious problem as industrial noise, war injuries, and urban life increased hearing damage. Medicine needed precision, and precision required a machine. In the late 1800s, scientists began asking a critical question. How can we measure hearing the way we measure temperature or blood pressure? Hearing was invisible. You couldn't see it. You couldn't touch it. You couldn't quantify it. That made diagnosis unreliable. Two doctors could test the same patient and reach different conclusions. And without numbers, treatment couldn't improve. The world needed a device that could produce controlled sounds, at controlled intensities, and record the exact hearing threshold. This challenge attracted inventors, physicists, and physicians alike. And one man would take a major step forward. In 1879, American inventor David Edward Hughes created one of the earliest devices capable of measuring hearing electrically. Hughes was experimenting with microphones and telecommunication technology. While studying electrical sound transmission, he realized something revolutionary. Electric signals could generate precise, repeatable tones. He built a device that allowed sound intensity to be adjusted in measurable steps. For the first time in history, hearing could be tested with consistency. This early audiometer was crude by today's standards. It was bulky, mechanical, and limited in frequency range. But it introduced a radical idea. Hearing could be measured scientifically. That idea would change medicine forever. In the early 1900s, audiometry rapidly evolved. Western electric engineers refined Hughes's concept. By the 1920s, the first clinical audiometers appeared in hospitals. These machines could produce pure tones at different frequencies and intensities, the foundation of modern hearing tests. Then came World War I. Thousands of soldiers returned with hearing damage from explosions. Suddenly, audiometry wasn't just science. It was a necessity. Governments funded research. Technology accelerated. Standards were created. By mid-century, the audiogram became a universal language of hearing, and audiology emerged as a professional field. From guesswork to precision science, in less than 50 years. Today's audiometers are digital, portable, and incredibly accurate. They can detect hearing loss in newborn babies. They guide hearing aid fittings. They help diagnose neurological disorders. But every modern device traces its roots back to those early electrical experiments in the 1800s. One invention turned sound into data, and data into care. Millions of lives improved because hearing became measurable. The first audiometer wasn't just a machine. It was the birth of audiology, a moment when hearing moved from mystery to measurable science. And the next time you sit in a sound booth and hear that tiny beep, you're experiencing the legacy of an invention that changed medicine forever. If you enjoyed this story of audiology history, subscribe The Ear Lab for more deep dives into hearing science. Because understanding the past helps us hear the future.